Hey, how's it going? I'm in the middle of my pages right now. Look at that beautiful ink, by the way. Diamine Bilberry and a Waldmann Edelfeder. What a combo. Anyway, I'm stopping because my wife's just gone to the horses, which means it's a safe house to talk on camera, because talking on camera is scary. For some reason it's more challenging when there's family members around, and yet I'm putting it out in public on YouTube. Doesn't make any sense to me either, but there it is. So let's have a cup of coffee. Let's just be grateful for the good things in life, such as coffee and the health to drink it and a safe space. So there we go. Proper noises of satisfaction there. So yeah, it's an interesting time. We're setting up a new parents support group here on the island for kids with special educational needs, because we're struggling a bit with our son. So this might be a bit personal. We'll see how much I can give away here without revealing too much. School has failed our son spectacularly. And the same thing happened to me when I failed at school and came out at 16 not with nothing, but as good as, pretty much. And I went straight into the army, and that's where things started to improve for me, which is a bit strange because I was never army-barmy or military oriented. It was just an idea that my dad put in my head because he thought it was a good idea, and he was right, it was a good idea. And now my son's already past that age. He's just finished school. He's come away with almost nothing, same as I did. And we're not sure where to go from here. He's not finished his education. I mean formal education. I mean, I know education continues forever. And that's one of the things I want to encourage him to do, is to follow curiosities and passions. And I mean, for me, that started quite late in life, because I never thought that I had any intelligence or that I had low self-esteem. That was a big part of the problem, and blah blah blah. And I think that's how drinking came into my life as well, because the low self-esteem and the fear of human interaction, fear of authority, all of that stuff. Alcohol helped with that a bit and made me feel more like I could fit in with life, you know. And so I'm grateful in many, many ways that my son doesn't indulge in any other kind of substances that might help him to feel better. That's amazing, and I'm so grateful for that. But we're left trying to figure out how to help him to deal with life on life's terms, which is what happens when you put the drink down. You have to learn how to deal with life without any kind of chemical assistance. And that's hard. Now, this is where the professionals around him, we thought, were supposed to help him. You know, teachers, educational psychologists, all the different people that are involved in his formal education. But it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked at all. I don't want to point fingers and blame people, so I'm not going to do that. But he's now out of school and we don't know what to do. Which is why this parent support group, I think, is going to be so helpful, because at our first meeting yesterday, where we sat in the Arran, had coffee and tea, and it was really nice. It was other parents who have young people with similar and in many ways dissimilar conditions, you know, because every special educational needs young person is unique. And it was good to have a conversation with other people about, or just to find other people who are feeling the same way that we are, that they've been failed by the system. And that rather than feel like victims, which is admittedly how I've been feeling, that we do something else, something proactive, and build something. So it's a good feeling, and I'm quite positive and heartened that this has started, largely, I think, down to my wife. She's been instrumental in setting this up. Although they all have, all the women that were at this inaugural meeting, they've had a group chat going for a while, which I've not been in. I think I've just been added, so I'm looking forward to participating in that. But if we can get together and set something up, something formal, a charity, that's the idea that we came up with, is that we come up with a formal charity that can then apply for funding and set things up and build something really positive for the young people. And the trouble is that at 17 we've been feeling that it's almost too late for our son, but it's not. And 17's really young. And there were other parents at the group who had young people who were older than that, so that's positive as well. There's going to be a range of ages, a range of conditions, a range of experiences, and that can only lead to more ideas and more positive solutions. So it was a good day, it was a good thing to be part of, and I'm feeling quite positive about it. And I'm wondering, from my own perspective, what kind of participation I'll be doing and how it's going to add meaning to my life, because I've been listening to a podcast this morning by Eric Weinstein on Trigonometry Podcast, which is, it's a mind-blowing episode. And one of the things he said was about service. This is an idea that's come up a lot for me personally because of AA, and a big part of how AA works is service, is that you carry the message to other alcoholics. And the older I get, the more I come to understand that through service comes meaning and purpose, and that can lead to a feeling of positive mental health and satisfaction and all of that. So I'm not sure what my role is going to be. I was quite surprised actually that I felt comfortable in a big group of people, most of whom I'd never met. And not only that, I was able to speak up and, banter a wee bit, which was a good sign, I think, because I'm sure many of the other parents that were there are neuroatypical as well, which means I'm in good company, and the fact that my wife was there as well, which of course makes me feel stronger, because that's just how it works. So that was good as well. And Eric Weinstein talked about service. He also talked about education and many, many other things. I'd recommend heartily that you go and listen to it. I'll drop a clip in here about what he said about super learners.
You need to go after your learning disabled people, because a lot of those people are the innovators that you desperately need right now. You're making their lives a living hell. You're making school a daily exercise and having your head shoved in the toilet. And a lot of those people are super learners that you're pretending are learning disabled.
So that's how I think of our son. Our son is a super learner who's been failed spectacularly by the institutions. So, as in fact am I. I'm going to put myself out there and say I'm following interests and passions, and I'm still as hungry for knowledge, probably more hungry than ever before. I mean, look at all my Stalin books. Crazy, huh? I'm fascinated by Soviet Russia right now and history, and I'm following that passion, and I'm very grateful that I have the time to be able to do that. So that's something I want to encourage, well, not just our son, but all the young people, to have a safe space where they can follow their passions and where they can be introduced to new things that they might not have thought about, and find meaning in life and fulfillment, perhaps through service. Who knows? It's a new group, so we don't know what the format's going to be, but it's exciting to be there at the beginning, and yeah, I'm grateful to have been included. So hopefully I'll get to come on here and make another video soon about some of the things we're doing, and I would invite any local people here on Arran who feel that the institutions are failing them, come along, get in touch. We don't have a name yet, we don't even have a place where you can contact us. That will all come in due course, but stick around, see where it goes. It's exciting. Have a great day.